I personally see him as a contractor in Blizzard company. He is constantly being given additional stuff like PTR information, how different builds work, as well as additional leaks. It's nonsense. You can't have so much successful predictions of the game without any sort of normal critics that you can share towards the game. Why did they need Rhykker? Because he can easily read things from the paper, no questions asked. Oh, you're wondering, is this a clickbait video? No, I'm gonna cover this exact topic in this particular video. In my point of view, Rhykker is not a Diablo community representative that can tell you exactly what kind of things are good or bad for Diablo 4. Why? That's the question I'm going to be covering in this particular video. Before I make any points, I want to tell you that this is not a personal attack for Rhykker. I personally see him as a wonderful content creator, but this is where I hold my opinion. I honestly think that he is not a Diablo community representative, more of a Diablo 4 video content creator, acting as an independent one. Yes, he is adding additional content for other games. The way I see it, he is constantly being given additional stuff like PTR information, how different builds work, how explicit information is being shared and distributed throughout all of the game franchises. He has so much insight into everything that it would be, well, physically impossible to have not only accurate prediction of how things are working in the game, what kind of things are going well for the community, what kind of things are a struggle for the community, as well as additional leaks and additional tweaks of the game mechanics and developer insights. It's nonsense. I personally see him as a contractor in Blizzard company, and not as it would be anything bad, but the fact that the person is, in my eyes, acting as a Diablo community representative, it's just wrong. I know that I will have a lot of hate because I'm having this. Previously, I have posted video about Rhykker and the fact that he's just reading things from the paper, and it was nothing about Rhykker in particular, but I have received so much personal negativity and personal comments attacking myself, not the channel, not my comments, but me as a creator, and this is wrong. This is one of the reasons why I was so hesitant of releasing any of the new videos throughout the weekend. I'm not sure if there's any of the cults or anything about Rhykker, but he's just the content creator, and again, he's Blizzard employee. You can't have so much successful predictions of the game without any sort of normal critics that you can share towards the game. I understand that currently we are all waiting for Diablo 4 release, and myself, I'm a huge Diablo fan. I believe Rhykker is as well. But if you're sitting next to the developers and there's a live stream going, your job is to actually ask the questions of the developers and hold some sort of some sort of a positive reflection of the community. And all you do is just sit and just play your role. It's mind-numbingly insane for me. If this guy is actual Diablo 4 representative, then goddamn ballerina, Jesus, and I'm really bad at dancing. You can't have a developer discussion when you're not engaging or asking any of the relevant questions. It's so easy when you're being handed out a paper, so you could read the questions out loud and then wait for developers to answer. The whole conversation and the whole live stream for me personally looked so ridiculously scheduled that I had very hard time focusing on actual information and feedback that the team is giving. I understand that Blizzard and the development teams have tried their best coming up with the best title and the best experiences when it comes to creating the game originally, but the claim that they have listened to the community and the claim that they have responded and reflected on the community's asks, not demands and requests, is such an absurd level that I just cannot avoid not sharing. There's so many content creators like Asmongold, Quinn, Dobrunsky, I believe so, Mr. Lama C as well, that have shared things that they have honest opinions about the game, the things that they like, the things that they have disliked, and the fact that Rhykker is sitting right next to the developers and saying nothing. It's just sad. Just I'm not blaming the guy, because I understand that he is earning money and earning his living by making the YouTube videos and reviewing the game, and well, I believe it is a wonderful thing. Well, sitting close to the developers and possibly asking something off stream, or just simply just playing the game explicitly before anyone else. But the fact that you are not sharing anything and just lying to the community and lying to the fans is just crazy. I'm not saying that you should follow me, that as I would be sharing unhinged opinion about everything, as I can't be ultra biased about everything. I like the game, and most likely I will overlook a lot of things that later on will be reflected and shared to us, that such things are absolutely horrible, or just over exploiting our human psychology mechanics in some way or another. Usually happens in huge games. But the fact that we have Rhykker sitting there acting as the one that can raise strong questions at the developers that can be addressed and answered, it's just nonsense. Why don't they just bring the guy that can read questions from the paper, hear the answer, and ask, how did you come up with this answer? What led you into this decision making? Was there a team behind it? Was there any sort of budget that was fixed on this? Was there any sort of ties to the originally completed development? As if you plan to complete development on fixed date, you're not taking any more of the features, and you are leaving those for seasonal updates or some sort of hot fixes later on, as you have to have a completed game for publishing and legal rights. No questions like this asked. No questions like this ever goes above the surface. This is just wrong. Developers' claims that they are responding and reacting to the community is so bold and not trustworthy, and it's so tied into very specific details. It's just, I don't know, it's just not okay for me. I believe if you have like 1,000 posts of requests, what kind of things should be fixed or added into the game, and you are addressing only like 0.5% of those requests in the Reddit or in your Blizzard posts, in your Blizzard forums, and you claim that you have addressed and only selected the few that will be adjusted, it's not right. It's just you're just lying to your community. And I understand that Blizzard is one of the best companies when it comes to quality of game and details of the game when it comes to developing and publishing the games. As this post is about Rhykker, not about Blizzard. Why Blizzard is acting like everyone is having zero memory of the company and having zero memory of past experiences. We all know that Blizzard tends to make changes. Those changes tend to be absolutely backwards movements from the community requests, or absolutely ignoring requests, so that the company would be in the perfect manner and perfect alignment with majority of not player base, but just internal developments, internal scheduled plans or something. And in addition to that, you invite Rhykker. So I'm not even sure if it's the fault to take for Rhykker as he is representing the company that is clearly not looking at any sort of feedback of the players, or it's the Blizzard that have so many people that are taking the fall or looking who will take the fall instead of looking up above who is making the actual decisions so that games could be done in actual good manner. And we have so many good games examples that just communicate with communities straightforward. If they're adding such things, they say that we will be adding. If they won't be adding, they say that we might consider it, but it will take further plans, or it will take a lot of time to understand how to debunk or how to develop such things. Just be transparent. We're all human. And you all know that Diablo community is not the youngest one. So you also have to understand, and I believe that you already know, Blizzard history of events is already well drilled into our brain cells and into our mind. And all of the bad habits, bad things that was done by the company, we know that, we remember that. We're not forgetting any of this. And Diablo franchise is not solely focused on, well, on people that are like 15 or 16 years old. This is the franchise that I believe that tries to include a younger generation, but its majority of player base is the ones that have played Diablo 3, Diablo 4 and Diablo 2. And that this is kind of a, well, generation that is not the TikTok ones. And that's the same generation that don't really want the mobile phone games. And this is the very same type of community that don't want to have any sort of nonsense information or representative who just sits there, read things from the paper and acts as they are the voice of the community. It's not that. Yeah, this is kind of a rant that happened. I was very hesitant on making this video, but since personal attacks started coming, I'm not defending myself, but I'm not making a fool out of myself. I have an opinion to share, and if there's no person who can share opinion in this community, I can be that guy, and as from now, I am doing that. So, yeah, this is a different video. Thank you guys for watching, and see you in the next one.